Alright, Rich will review some of life's little lessons he has observed lately, which may relate to some. Please welcome Rich Fischer to explain some warning signs that you may be getting older. Rich Fischer.
We are all getting older. We're getting older at a lightning pace. It happens like that. One day, you're walking around thinking, I am young. And the next day, people are no longer looking at you like you're that iconic masterpiece of sexiness. Nope, they're looking at you like somebody's dad, somebody's grandpa. Fellow Toastmasters, I want to share with you today some of the warning signs I've learned lately about getting older. I want to start with words. We try and learn lugubrious words on a daily basis. But when we're youths, we learn hundreds of words every day. If you're like me and grew up in the 70s and the 80s, dude, I totally learned some rad new words this week. Didn't seem like the dirty language of laundry of language at the time. It was just new letters formed to make new hip words that our parents didn't know about. But as we get older, our brain slows down the learning process of this new slang technology. This I found out when I heard one of my daughter's friends use the word probs in place of probably. I wanted to go over and shake her and say, don't make your lips make that noise anymore. And then, I want to meet the literary genius that came up with the word cray-cray in place of crazy. And bay. What's a bay? Anybody have any idea what bay stands for? I certainly don't. And that's my point. I'm at a point and stage in my life now where I can no longer be that totally rad, gnarly, gag me with a spoon type of dude. All I can do when I hear slang from youth today is shake my head and understand that my idiot literary alarm is going off in my head. That's a warning sign. I'm getting older. Clothing. I was shopping for clothes the other day. I found a really cool shirt. I loved it. The color was great. It fit perfect. The price was right. And right when I'm getting ready to throw it in my heck yeah pile, I realized I was in the teen young man section of the store. This created an internal moral dilemma for me. I'm 51 years old. I have some gray, slightly balding hair. Some wrinkles are starting to form. It's pretty obvious. I'm an older guy. I know people watchers have a common terminology they use for somebody like me. It's, look at that sad old man over there dressing like he's 18 years old. He just can't give up his youth. Well, I've said that statement when I was young. I said it about movie stars, sports athletes that were getting older, dressing like young kids. I've said it to people on the street. I look back at that with a little bit of shame, but now I have to say to myself, self, do you want to be that creepy old guy walking around dressed like a youth? No, I don't. That's a sign I'm getting older. Technology. The novelty of technology is starting to wear off on me. Do I really need that new app? Do I need that new software program? Do I need that new hardware? I don't have time. I have so much going on, I just don't have time to mess with all the new technology. Yes, I have a smartphone. I send out text messages. I actually make phone calls on it. And yes, I'll take an occasional picture. But 90% of what my smartphone can do is wasted on me. That's probably why I have used my smartphone for judicial purposes only to communicate with. That's why I don't have an app like Snapchat on my phone. If any of you are familiar with Snapchat, it's a new application that the young kids are all using. It takes a photograph and you can send it out for 10 seconds to 30 seconds, and then it disappears. What the heck can I do with something like this? Now don't get me wrong, I've got Facebook. I love Facebook. I can keep track of my friends in Minnesota, other parts of the world, the country, friends, family. Heck, I can watch Tudor race his Tesla at least every weekend. I'm watching Tudor race his Tesla down the racetrack. But what can I do with a photograph that I take and send off to somebody for 10 seconds? I have no clue. All I can do is shake my head and think, youth, go ahead, post what you want. There's nothing I can do about it. That's a sign I'm getting older. Finally, debates. There is so much media coverage on debates and debate topics. It's been hashed and rehashed so many times throughout history. Christianity, atheism, pro-choice, pro-life, anti-gun, pro-gun, etc., Republican, Democrat, it goes on and on. We hear these topics discussed and rehashed so many times, I could sit there and verbatim listen to the moderator and answer the questions verbatim like I'm some kind of a Nickelback album. And I don't want to offend any Nickelback lovers in here. I'm not trying to scare anybody, but unless you know the warning signs that you're getting older, you're not going to know how to handle it. I'm giving you the warning signs. Getting older can be great. It can be a good time if you know what to do with it and how to handle it. Heck, look at Mick Jagger. Isn't this guy like 190 years old? And he's out there looking at time like age ain't shit, man.